just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You go on a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. The flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And bringing them out, someone this defense is really going to have to keep an eye on, this mobile QB.
3 touchdowns, Kate, is a great week for him. But less so when every one of them was matched by an interception. Those turnovers were a part of why they ended up on the losing side of that game. And ball security is what you know he's worked on all week long. It will be on the forefront of his mind.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
On the set, 79 Broncos. Deputy.
Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. On the run right, throwing deep down the set. Big gain downfield. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. How about a big hitter? 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Hurt! Right there, hurt! Tag!
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass and a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Ready up!
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Get it! 60 Eagles! Go!
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
This is hauled in by Weaver. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
Trap 60! 60 Maverick! Ready?
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Has this at the 6. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
This just feels like a season so far off the rails, they can't even see the tracks anymore, Kate. Now the outlook is really 1 week at a time, trying to find that first win. Just got to get gritty and tough. And he's got to be the one who really sparks it for him.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Straight to the air here, it's Young. Wilson's got it. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the pistol, it's Young. Toward the sideline and cut by Wilson. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 47. And he touched him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. First and 10 from the 41.
Down. Set, go. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Got Washington, it's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Black swap.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Come on. Set. Hut.
They bring Wilson in motion right.
Set. Hut.
Young on 3rd and goal. It's taken in by Washington. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Cade York now on for the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Groupie sends it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Arizona offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want.
Left side, and it's intercepted. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Just get this guy touches. Care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Ready, quick, yellow.
Hubbard again, and he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
He finds him beyond the marker. He has the Carolina touchdown. On is Cade York for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. On now is York to kick this one away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked up.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
That one vehemently swatted away. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Let's go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Escapes the pocket. Looking right, and he finds him. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
Mustang 19, Cup 19, Cup 19.
He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Ready, ready.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let's go now. Let's go.
Here's a throw. The pressure's there, and it closes in on him. He's dropped for the sack, and that is what should bring us to the end of this opening quarter. They will not get another play. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. Pass play coming here. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. J.C. Horn to pick it off.
Yeah! 70 Ranger.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Short pass brought in. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Cardinals first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's got it inside the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals parlay the interception into points. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals take a 4-point lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Carolina offense headed out now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set.
Ready, go. Ready.
Young on 1st and 10. Gosh, this is Xavier Leggett. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
That's complete to Leggett. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Here we go, set. Cut.
From the 46. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. 3rd down run by Hubbard. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Receiver in motion going left. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Young. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now whistles, and we're going to get a timeout before the kick. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. The Cardinals and Marvin Harrison Jr. set for this next possession. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Come on, come on.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
From his own end, and that's going to be a safety. You know, generally down around your own end zone, you're thinking less of driving the length of the field. Initially, you're just trying to buy some space and prevent a safety.
This is called situational football. You work on it all through training camp, right? It's not just a 2-minute drill. Yep. This can be equally important. Just get that first down. Just get out of the shadow of your own goal line. Well, the defense wasn't having it.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Wilson with it on first. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, right, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
Ready? Ready?
Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. They cross the 40 on a nice run. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
Ready?
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Cardinals trying to add to their lead. Here's 2nd and 5. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's a loss of 14. Brings up 3rd down.
Let's go. 19 Lions. 79 Broncos.
Throwing now from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
On the ready. Trap 60. Trap 60. Here we go. Shot. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Get up.
Dropping back to throw. He's got him. That's McBride. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Tempo.
Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
Stop low, 18.
Working inside the red zone. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cardinals push the lead to 2 scores now. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Nixon now to return it. And look at this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this first half. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second.
Let's go now.
From the 38. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a... Now the Panthers decide to spend their third and final timeout. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a... Throwing again. Here's Wilson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Once more, it's Wilson. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. So it's halftime here in Glendale. Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the third quarter underway. This one. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Throwing on third, Wilson. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Putting a receiver in motion. Wilson on 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Jukes one defender. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Turpin with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Here's a give up the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That stop made by Derek Brown. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll get them enough for a first down. They give it to him again. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona. This time it's a passing play. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 35-yard line.
Tag! Ready?
Caught quick right side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
Come on, set, ready.
Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Offense in the hurry up now.
A gain of 12 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now they send their back in motion right. His running back catches it downfield. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals push their lead further to start the half. That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals push the lead to 2 scores now. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts from the 16. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Here's 2nd and 11. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And we're going to get a timeout from the defense here. 3rd and long for him here. He's on the move. He's running for it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
This will be grabbed at the 5. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. The Cardinals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by J.C. Horn.
Here we go, here we go.
From the 43. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Cardinals first down. Simple dive up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 47. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Ready, set. Cup 19, Cup 19. Here we go, shot.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
Throwing from the gun here. Buys time, rolling right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the first.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Big gap up the middle. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They'll try and punch it in. Scores, touchdown Arizona. The Cardinals stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. And the Cardinals telling their offense to stay out there. We got a 2-point attempt coming here. He's throwing for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not... The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Nixon now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Panthers set to take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they face 2nd down. Wilson now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Excellent protection so far. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Williams coming in motion right. 1st down throw from Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Running back sent in motion. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. But you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
There's a handoff up the gut. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run.
Come on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Back to the well again. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
They go play action here. Finds a man, right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge.
Here we go, take off.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
Here we go.
And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. He has it on the QB sneak. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Benson.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals have likely locked up the win right there. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Cardinals offense out. They're going to try for 2 once again. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. So he takes it in again, and I know this quarterback is loving it. Give them all 8 points on that series, baby.
And get used to it, seeing it, Kate. It's not going away. More and more teams emphasizing that QB run. Being scorers not just with their arm, but utilizing their legs. And I'm all for it. But I will say this, availability is still the best ability. So find a way to get in that end zone, get yourself down, and put 8 points on the board.
This is reeled in by Wilson. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Garrett Williams. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Running this one left. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
First down, ball at the 36. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Headed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Let's go. Check, Panther. Let's go.
Give now to the running back.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. So the Cardinals pick up the win in this one. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win.